of you and a warm welcome to this lovely cold weather which is in Mumbai. Cold, I mean by Mumbai standards and not all over India. So I welcome you to this webinar, and I'm sure all of you all are going to enjoy yet another good topic on genetics. So I am Rovina Kavadia, and I too am a a wellness counselor, and I'm here to welcome you all and all the new persons, all the new people who are here today and attending the webinar for the first time. I'm sure you will benefit from this talk today and this session. It is going to be a very interesting session by none other than our Dr. Usha Nair, and she is one person, a really good personality, very good in not only public speaking, but she has a vast experience dealing with people of all cadres and hospitality, the business, and with everything. So, and she has a lot of experience in Ayurveda and other things, and I'm sure that you all are going to benefit from today's talk. And while uh, I want all of you all to enjoy this session, I request you to stay on mute and please keep your cameras on, because the session becomes more interactive and everybody will enjoy the talk even better when it is interactive. So let us all, and of course, I take this opportunity also to welcome our very own Sir Stan Sarao sir, who is our, I would say, our godfather of our velocity genetics. He is here, and the entire panel who is going to have a talk today. So uh, thank you very much, and do enjoy the session, and let us put our hands together and welcome Stan Sarao sir and also Dr. Usha Nair.
Hi, friends. Very good evening. Thank you so much, Rovina ma'am, for that wonderful introduction. As always, I'm so excited to be here again today. And we are precisely here to discuss, to know what has changed in our lives, to know post pandemic health challenges, and how genetics and how velocity is going to help us change our lives. And it is actually going to help us help others in our community change their lives. So, with a very small, short introduction, I'm Dr. Usha Nair. I've been associated with Velocity Genetics for a little over 4 years. I did my test in way back when the year that company started, before I actually got associated with them. And I just did it because somebody said, Usha, you also in future may have health challenges. You're going 40 plus. That's when we all know, okay, I might have some health challenges. And then we start thinking about मेरे फैमिली में डायबिटीज है, मेरे फैमिली में हाइपरटेंशन है, मेरे फैमिली में जॉइंट्स बोन्स आर्थराइटिस का प्रॉब्लम है, कहीं मुझे तो नहीं होगा, कहीं मुझे ऐसा क्या करना चाहिए. एंड देन every one of us was very well aware, and of course all of us are so very well read, I will say, especially after the pandemic, कि हमें पता है कुछ भी चाहिए तो प्लीज स्विच ऑन. मोबाइल तो चालू रहते ही है, ठीक है. आई माई सेल्फ वर्क 99% ऑन मोबाइल, सो क्विकली गो टू द ब्राउजर, वॉट एवर ब्राउजर यू यूज, एंड सर्च ऑन गूगल immunity, wellness, how do I avoid or keep healthy, how do I keep away from diabetes. Then some diet will come, some exercise will come, some yoga will come. Anyways, we are yoga passionate followers after our Modi ji has really promoted yoga globally. But wo sab karke, we all, I will say today, post pandemic, each one of you sitting here and each one of you outside this webinar are expert Google doctors. Yes. How many of us can actually raise your hand and say that when I have a challenge, especially with reference to my health, I don't go to Google, I go and ask the expert, and I go to the doctor and ask them, whoever is the concerned specialist, please batao mujhe ye challenge hai, mujhe ye kya karna hai. कितने लोग, सच बताना, क्विकली रेज योर हैंड्स, कितने लोग ये करते हैं कि वी डोंट फॉलो गूगल, or we don't go and ask our neighbor or somebody next to us in the train or the bus or on our phone in our office community? How many of us don't go and ask them and think only that we should go and ask the experts? Yes. Koi nahi. So surprising. We are all Google doctors. So welcome to the community. And today we are going to have some genuine, realistic discussions. Let's see what has changed in our life. I will now pass on the forum to our most I will not say affluent, but most popular and most loved personality of Velocity Genetics, who actually gave birth to this concept under the Velocity Genetics banner for all of us to take advantage, and we are in the 5th successful year. Please help me welcome Mr. Stan Sarao, our CMD of Velocity Genetics. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Usha. So it's been nice to have your introduction, and good to see. We have not just sent the reminder today, and then I see less number of people. We are trying to do that in this webinar. So now, good evening to all of you, whoever is logged in into this webinar. तो आज का topic हम लोगों ने choose किया है, which is a very light topic. Technical training नहीं है या scientific information नहीं है. It's more of a little bit of a, discussion, so that Dr. Usha, with her experience of working in the administration of various clinical and hospital setups, and in that space, she can actually relate to the awareness that is created. जब एक speech जो हमारे आदरणीय प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने दिया हुआ था, जहाँ पे उन्होंने ये कहा था स्टार्टिंग में लास्ट ईयर कि जान है तो जहान है, तो इट्स लाइक मतलब लोगों ने ये सुना है, हम लोगों ने बचपन से सुना हुआ है, लेकिन इसको एक नए अंदाज से लोगों ने सुना और समझा, बिकॉज कॉन्टेक्स्ट अलग था. लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग कोविड-19 एंड काफी कुछ एक डरावना जैसा माहौल था, एंड समथिंग अनएक्सपेक्टेड. पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ टू डू सरप्राइज मैनेजमेंट इन लाइफ. सो ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें इस दौर में चल रही थी, एंड बहुत सारी जो मतलब बेसिक चीजें हैं, लाइक इम्यूनिटी जरूरी है, प्रिकॉशन इज प्रिवेंशन इज बेटर देन क्योर, ये सभी लोगों ने सही मायने में शायद इस कोरोना के दौरान समझा. फ्रेंड्स, सो व्हाट आई वांट टू टेल यू इज दैट कि देयर इज एन एरा राइट नाउ. अभी भी हम लोग हिस्ट्री बात करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी अ प्री कोरोना एंड पोस्ट कोरोना फेज ये रहेगा. एंड इन दैट सेंस जो लोगों का अवेयरनेस है अबाउट हेल्थ, एक आम आदमी की भी समझ जो है वो काफी अच्छी चेंज हो गई है. एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट दैट माइंडसेट कि पहले इम्यूनिटी के बारे में लोग क्या सोचते थे, अभी क्या सोचते हैं, हाउ ओपन दे आर फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ डिस्कशन. एंड एवरी वन ऑफ अस हैव रियलाइज्ड दैट हेल्थ एंड वेल्थ के बारे में हम लोग जब भी बात करते हैं, एवरीवन एग्रीज थियोरेटिकली कि हेल्थ इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, लेकिन वो एक जस्ट ग्रुप में बोलने की चीज है, बट देन इंडिविजुअली रियलाइज नहीं किया हुआ था. एंड दैट इज समथिंग दैट पीपल हैव रियलाइज्ड ड्यूरिंग कोरोना. सो डॉक्टर उषा, इन योर experience, so what has really changed, if you were to categorize about the mindset of the people, जो उनकी सोच है, understanding है, उसके बारे में अगर आपको बात करना है, how do you really classify a mindset of people प्री कोरोना एंड पोस्ट कोरोना? हालांकि कोरोना भी पूरा खत्म हुआ नहीं है, ओमिक्रॉन के बाद में भी probably might still have a few more variants, and we got to be ready for that. So what's the observation that you have as a person who's serving in the clinical space?
Well, thank you, Stan sir. What I will like to say is, I will begin with a little negative. Okay, I will say people are back to where they were earlier pre-corona. They are taking everything so lightly today. They are again in the comfort zone, thinking, ओके मैं मास्क यूज करता हूँ कभी कभी जब मुझे चाहिए, ओके मैं सैनिटाइजर अपने पॉकेट में रखा हूँ, पता नहीं मैं जब भी चाहिए तब इस्तेमाल करूंगा, okay, now I have to go, it's been very long, मेरे घर में शादी है तो मुझे शादी में जाना है, जाना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं तो मेरा रिलेटिव नाराज हो जाएगा. So जैसे जैसे restrictions लॉकडाउन के खुले, वैसे वैसे when people have started moving on to their earlier life, that was the कोरोना के बारे में no जानकारी वाला life. तो प्री कोरोना लाइफ जो था वो people have actually started adopting again now. So before we begin, I will like to give one warning signal to people. Most important, get vaccinated, get both your vaccines done as much as possible. Aaj bhi you must stick to your mask, social distancing, and your use of sanitizers, soaps, hand wash, staying really hygienic and healthy, clean. That is very essential, because even if the WHO is saying Omicron is a very mild virus, the vaccine is giving us our immunity. Because आज वापस ये माइंडसेट आया था लोगों का, चलो यार ठीक है एक वैक्सीन ले लिया, बीच में तो वैक्सीन मिल नहीं रहे थे, अभी तो हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर में इतने वैक्सीन है कि लोग आ नहीं रहे हैं लेने के लिए. बट अगेन वी नीडेड अ जोल्ट, ओमिक्रॉन, ताकि लोग अभी फिर जाके वहां लाइन लगा रहे हैं, नहीं मेरा दूसरा वैक्सीन बच गया. अभी तक मुंबई में दी ट्रेन्स, बसेस, एवरीथिंग हैड नॉट 100% ओपन्ड, एंड फिर भी लोगों ने वो सोचा था चलो यार एक वैक्सीन हो गया, पूछेगा कोई तो हम दिखा देंगे. प्लीज डोंट डू इट, बिकॉज दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी नेसेसरी फॉर यू. Omicron, yes, I will not say too much, but yes, it is going to affect us, and it has started its entry into Mumbai very recently. So me being from healthcare, that's a warning signal from me. So please protect yourself, protect your family, and as much as possible, आज most of the organizations are work from home. ठीक है. सो पहले अपना माइंडसेट ऐसा था जो आज अभी मैं डिस्कस कर रही थी. बट पोस्ट कोरोना, यस, वी हैड बिकम वेरी अवेयर. वी वर ट्राइंग टू गो बैक टू अवर दादी माँ के नुस्खे, because that is what actually came out as helping us, having some good healthy food. जबकि मैं ये बोलूंगी कि हमारे sleep patterns and हमारा mobile time, screen time, and हमारा food eating times at irregular intervals, वो बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया था. But after corona started affecting us, और हमने ये सोचा कि हमको बहुत जरूरत है that we protect ourselves being at home, and we started adapting that healthy lifestyle. टाइम पर खाना है, अच्छा खाना खाना है, बाहर खाना मिल नहीं रहा था. So we were forced to eat good healthy food, which I will say the women of our house were always cooking. So वो हमने एक अडॉप्ट किया कि हमने सोचा कि हमें हेल्दी अच्छा खाना घर पे मिल रहा है, भले ही आप उसको पाव भाजी बनाओ या आप उसको पानी पूरी बनाओ, it was still healthy home food. So we did start focusing on good health, preventive measures, good food. But the negatives again, like I said, screen time, wake and sleep time, and most important, physical activity हमारी घर के अंदर reduce हुई. That again is a very big challenge we have to face today. But yes, the awareness about immunity, the awareness about what virus can do, the awareness about where what can affect you, and the mindset कि कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, that dawned upon a lot of people, and it helped them choose healthier choices, make better living lifestyles. Yes, sir.
So the idea is that overall there is a lot of awareness today, which is helping the healthcare industry to reach out to more and more people, because the awareness is really good. So we also do genetic testing counseling, and I want to ask Reena Waliga, who is the certificate course in nutrigenomics. The course that we offer at Vignet, she's the in charge for that, and she also is the nutrigenomic counselor and the nutritionist. So, Reena, in your experience, what's the difference that you find while you do counseling of the people pre-corona or post-corona? Still, that conditions apply. Corona खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Don't celebrate too early. What's been your experience?
So first of all, I'd like to say good evening to everyone who's joined in here. Hi, Dr. Usha. I've been, always in touch with you. And Ravina ma'am, hello. So when it comes to whether it is pre-corona or post-corona, right now we're still not out of the pandemic entirely. However, when it comes to, taking a prophylactic treatment or making sure that you don't, because understanding the fact that immunity plays a very important role in, first of all, you even contracting that virus. So now, whether you're vaccinated or you're not vaccinated, there is one thing you will have to anyway take care, that you will have to make sure that your immunity is up there. Because when it comes to genetic testing, what you can understand is if the person does not have already underlying issues, whether it is diabetes or hypertension, etc., which already are putting them at a risk of, contracting something, because anyway their immunity is somehow compromised, right? Because their body is anyway trying to match up to what it should be ideally health-wise. So when it comes to genetic testing, etc., it helps us in understanding where all they lack or where all they could lack, so that they understand where they need to actually create that parity. They need to create that balance. So that is how it is going on. And I think everyone is the same, whether it comes to, if you have a risk, obviously you will take care of it. It doesn't mean that you can avoid it. Or even if you don't have a risk, does not mean you can just all the more ignore everything. You have to take care, So it's just basic precautions, changing your lifestyle, your diet, etc. That is what we always aim at.
Well, what I would like to add is,
so we have Air Command.
Stan sir, can I?
Yeah, can.
Okay. What I would like to add is, pre-pandemic, we didn't have that fear of death. That was the most important thing that actually made us, in spite of being at home, change our lifestyle habits. It forced us to actually take a look at immunity. It forced us to take a look at our health, and it became a very, very big, perspective in our life. But again, these lifestyle changes sort of, I will say, are in spite of such a big pandemic, they are being still taken a little lightly or casually today. So that is where genetics will play a very, very important role in our lives, because genetics, like Reena was saying, is actually going to help us understand कि मेरा inherent immunity क्या है, कितना है, कैसा है, अच्छा है, कम है, बुरा है, and then you can work on it as an ongoing process. Just yesterday I was telling few of my clients that आपका रिपोर्ट अभी आ गया, अब काउंसलिंग होगा, बट व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इज दिस इज नॉट अ वन टाइम फिक्स. ये जो जेनेटिक रिपोर्ट के बाद आपको समझाया जाएगा, द लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस एंड द हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन, अवॉइड व्हाटएवर, इंक्लूड व्हाटएवर, इन मॉडरेशन व्हाटएवर, वो आपके साथ लाइफ टाइम चलेगा. And that is how your genetics will help you stay healthy. Whatever pandemic comes, whatever your inherited characters for bimari, risks hai, predispositions hai, that can be avoided, and it is totally in your hands.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. And I think one more important part is genetic testing is just done once a lifetime. So you don't have to keep doing it like your blood tests or your routine tests. So once in your lifetime, when you get this test done, it actually lasts you for an entire life. And you can just go back every now and then to understand if you're doing things the right way.
Okay. So, one of the things that I want to really understand from your perspective, you being, coming from distinct spaces of healthcare management, is that the role of supplements. Now, the role of supplements is, India has woken up to the need of supplements almost 2.5 decades back. Mid-90s, we actually had people who realized that there is a role for supplements, but it was considered as a luxury. वो luxury है, मतलब जो जिनके पास ज़्यादा पैसे हैं, who have economically well-to-do, who probably are taking care of advanced, lifestyle issues, are the ones who should be consuming supplements, is what the general understanding is. but with a lot of education that's been going around, whether it is from the Indian Dietetics Association or to a great extent the direct selling industry in India, which has been educating common people who are absolutely non-homogeneous, they have been able to understand the potential of consuming supplements for a longer duration and then build their immunity, or probably postponing a lot of diseases that they would ideally have because of supplements. But I think during the lockdown, before we could have the vaccination, you could see everybody, giving a lot of suggestions and recommendations that you should be using this and that, whether it's Kada, whether it's this and that. The government of India's Ayush department also came up with a lot of, advisors. I wouldn't call it a prescription. And when that happened, of course, people also started taking it blindly without actually looking at the dosage or something like that. We have heard cases like people who started taking a lot of turmeric and, so much of a Kada also had some health issues. So the role of nutraceuticals has to be understood in a very scientific perspective, where genetic testing also plays a role, because, we prepare a gene-based diet plan where we not only curate a gene-based, the diet or the dietary interventions that we need to be doing, but we also need to look at how scientifically we need to consume, because you can't consume all the supplements because they're good. Everything is good. Nobody actually manufactures a bad supplement. But you need to really understand कि भाई आपके शरीर के लिए, आपके body के लिए किसकी जरूरत है और किस मात्रा में जरूरत है. So the dosage part is very important. In one of the webinars last week, when Dr. Nikhil was talking about vitamin D3 अगर कमी है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि start consuming. You need to also understand, because it's not a soluble vitamin. It stays in your body for a longer time. So you need to understand the dosage. So Reena, I want to ask you this, that what's the perception that people have when you counsel a lot of people post-pandemic? Do they really now accept that, the role of supplements is really playing a part in their life?
Okay, so when it comes to supplementation, we always mention one important thing is that supplements cannot substitute your diet. It cannot substitute food. That is all good sometimes in theory. But when it comes to understanding the diet of a person in modern lifestyle, we do not actually pay attention to all of the nutrients. Now, there is a recommended daily allowance that you need. You need a recommended allowance every day of every vitamin, every mineral. Now, a common man will not be able to understand, अच्छा मुझे इतना vitamin D का लेना है या उतना मुझे copper का लेना है, magnesium का लेना है. It is not possible practically to do that. Now, when it comes to understanding the root cause of a lot of health issues, they begin with imbalance in your nutrients. So when it comes to an imbalance in your nutrients and subsequent diet में भी उसकी कमी होती है, you need supplements at least initially in order to fill or compensate for that lacunae that are left by your diet. A lot of people nowadays, even if they are working from home, but कौन इतना सोचता है कि मेरे ये nutrients पूरे हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं. So in that case, supplementation right now, as of now, understanding the importance is because the role they play in immunity. So every nutrient has a role of its own. Vitamin D cannot play the role of vitamin C, and some other vitamin cannot play the role of this. So understanding importance of certain vitamins and minerals and the role they play in your body, that is essential to your immunity, that can help you right now because of the situation that we are in, to fight any infection, to fight any simple basic even flu. Agar aapko ek simple flu bhi ho jata hai, obviously dar to hai, because there is this fear that you might have the virus or something like that, but that basic flu or even a cough can lead to something else because your immunity is compromised, right? So the role of supplementation or nutraceuticals essential for right now building your immunity, or at least building the foundation for your immunity, becomes very, very essential. And a lot of people are accepting that because when it comes to vitamin mineral supplementation or nutraceuticals, आपको जो effect होता है ना उसका, you will see within weeks. You will feel that change inside you within weeks. And it is for the person to experience it, to believe it, and then they come to us and they're like, yes, this is helping me, easily now I'm going to continue with this. So yeah, that is how the situation right now is when it comes to supplements from my end. I think Dr. Usha can probably elaborate. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. What I would like to add here is, even in the traditional healthcare methods, we always had that curative approach. So if you take very common examples, like we said about vitamin D and vitamin B12, they are already in people's minds, because when they go to the doctor, the most commonly done test is iron, vitamin B12, vitamin D. Or usme, if you see whatever is the treatment given, is they will be given vitamin B12 injections, they will be given the granules or the tablets which are easily available these days on a 8-week schedule for vitamin D, which helps cope up with the deficiencies. And then once our genetic report also is getting correlated, so we understand कि हमें ऐसा कुछ करना है to fill up the lacunae. But उसके बाद में it is our food which is able to supply us those vitamins on a regular basis. So वो जो एक हैबिट ऑफ क्यूरेटिव ट्रीटमेंट आया है, आई थिंक दैट अवेयरनेस इज देयर टुडे कि मुझे इन चीजों का कुछ नहीं तो विटामिन B12 और डी का ध्यान रखना ही है. एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैम्पर लॉट ऑफ अदर थिंग्स. क्या अदर थिंग्स? मेटाबॉलिज्म, बोन्स कॉमनली अंडरस्टूड इज अच्छा मुझे कुछ एलर्जीज हो जाएंगे, मुझे शायद ड्राई स्किन होगा, विटामिन डी का मेरे बोन्स वीक हो जाएंगे, या मुझे यहाँ वहां दर्द होगा. सो दैट इज कॉमनली अंडरस्टूड बाय पीपल. Aj we have that opportunity where we are able to understand it much better, and with the transition of curative to this preventive or precision medicine, it is going to help us focus much better and in an easier, simpler way in our lives.
All right, so we also have veteran Air Commander Dr. HSR Arora with us. I just want to check with him if he's in a position to unmute and put his video is definitely on. Dr. Arora, are you in a position to speak?
It's a very interesting discussion, but role of genetic assessment is very, very profound in this thing.
Absolutely.
Why I'm getting vitamin D deficiency? Why I'm getting B12 deficiency when I'm eating everything? I mean, moving around in the sun. Despite you're taking a supplementation, it will rise to normal and then again drop down. I know people, in a couple of years, they're taking vitamin D, take for 8 weeks, gap, then 8 weeks, but it comes back to lower level. It means there is some problem somewhere. So that assessment will always should be done in a genetic checking up. And ideal is your rainbow fruits and vegetables. Plus you have sufficient amount of minerals. How do you get minerals? You don't have to start eating calcium in a big way or magnesium. If you take your water, which has got a TDS of 160 to 250, it will give you automatically minerals. But if you are taking RO water with 25 TDS, it will remove your minerals from the body. It will remove your vitamins from the body. So one need to be very, very clear about all this thing. And one point I wish to add, especially post-COVID, late COVID management is not yet woken up in our country. The enormous amount of problems are there. People are joining gym, doing high-end exercise, suffered for the corona, had a quarantine period. I was telling Usha other day, COVID has got one issue with it. It causes varieties of vascular inflammatory changes, be it lungs, brain, heart, kidney, your limbs, your muscles. So all these problems are there. Don't go with the idea by seeing the Bollywood actors join straight away gym Every day people are dying in gym. Youngsters. So they need to be assessed in a proper manner on a telemetry protocol, where you will see whatever you make him to do, you will see his ECG recording continuous, heart rate recording. You will see his oxygen level recording. Then you will come to know whether he should be doing this or not. But that's not happening, and we're losing a lot of people like this. Thank you.
True. True, Dr. Arora, you said it right. In fact, whether it's a supplementation or whether it's your exercise regimen or whether a lot of lifestyle changes, I think people would simply do it without going through professional consultancy or scientific assessment. They would just do it with hearsay, some gossip around, or some Googleopathy, or these kind of sources which are reliable. You find everything on Google. You'll have counter views. You could support one thing, or you can just do something there on the internet. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the health, you can't be just taking unscientific data and then assess and play and then do you make yourself a guinea pig. So one more question that I want to bring in today is that we're talking about the mindset, we're talking about the supplementation, we're also talking about the immunity. But one thing that I also want to understand about the perception of the people with the modern medicine versus the traditional not natural ways which nature provides us. Let's broadly call it as naturopathy, irrespective of the therapies or something like that. Reena, I want to ask you this: what's the perception, in your view, generally of people with modern medicine versus naturopathy? And why am I asking is this? This because during COVID-19, the first phase, when there was no vaccine which was manufactured, there was a hopeless kind of a feeling with the modern healthcare industry, because it was caught completely unaware, and at a record time the vaccination is done. So is there a shift in the understanding of the people, saying that you can't rely on the modern medicine anymore? I think I need to take responsibility of my well-being. That's my responsibility, not of your public sector, healthcare sector, or private sector, or neither the government. Is there that kind of a shift, paradigm shift that you see? Or people are still people. They still go with the same, classical line saying "Jo hoga dekha jayega." Is there a shift that you see?
Well, there is a shift, because considering the current scenario, a lot of people do understand the role that their choices are going to make in either them falling prey to the virus or not. So in that case, when you understand, there are a lot of people, though, I have observed, and even during the counselings, I do observe that a lot of people are, they're like, nahi, medicines, vagera, even when I talk to them about supplements, because in certain cases, they could be deficient. So when I do tell them certain supplements, they're like, nahi, dawai nahi chahiye, dawai mat do. Naturally, आप खाने से जितना दे सकते हो आप दे दो. So then I need to make them understand the difference between supplementations and medications. But of course, when it comes to certain health issues where they cannot ignore the medications, if there is a diabetic who has been a diabetic for like 10-15 years, even the person says dawai nahi leni hai, you can't actually allow that. Because in that case, it is a scenario wherein if the person does not take the medicine and completely relies on holistic methods or on diet, he's actually going to be more at a risk of actually having everything crash down. So it depends on case to case. There are a lot of cases when they are not, having an underlying serious disorder. Then yes, most of them, and I would say majority of them, do not opt for medications frequently, but they are actually understanding the importance of taking care of your health at the root level. And they themselves try, abhi to Googleopathy, like you said, they try and find out new ways of, acha maine ye dekha tha, the turmeric is good for this. And, I heard garlic, agar aap roz khate ho, to ye hota hai. So a lot of people are taking that added step. They are taking that responsibility of their own health, unlike they used to before. So we have seen that shift in the perception of people towards their own health.
I want to ask that question. I want to go to Dr. Usha. What's your take? You've been seeing a lot of people,
Stanza, you're slightly
talking
breaking
about
up.
the modern healthcare bad connection. So, Dr. Usha, you can answer that.
Yeah, what I would like to add is it's not just about a mindset shift or a perception shift. It is so much of awareness that really has been forced into all of us through the media channels, through the pandemic, relevance. And that is what the awareness is making people get more prepared and get more accepting, because all this has been, naturopathy is taken as one of the oldest sciences. And it is always, like I said in the beginning, is dadi maa ke nuske. Mere ghar pe meri nani ya meri dadi, she used to do XYZ, maar lag gaya, chot lag gayi, to haldi laga diya. And thoda sa they used to mix alum in that, and agar koi swelling hai to wo subside karne ke liye, खांसी हो गई तो तुलसी चबा लिया, अदरक का इंपॉर्टेंस था. So many things were there. And then उसके बाद एक एज आया जब people started becoming aware about natural ways, and then it's like, अच्छा कोलेस्ट्रॉल कम करना है तो हमको रोज सुबह एक लहसुन की काढ़ी खानी है. All that combined along with the awareness because of the fear of the pandemic and the kind of situation that got created. So ये awareness is giving us more acceptability. आज अगर हम जाके बात करते हैं, it becomes like a two-way conversation. It is not really कि मैं समझाने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, ऑटोमेटिकली वहां से रिस्पॉन्स आता है. लाइक रीना सेड, अरे मैंने ये पढ़ा है, ये अच्छा होता है, ये करूं क्या, वो करूं क्या. सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी मोर फ्रूटफुल एंड बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग फॉर द masses, and much better, easier for us healthcare professionals to help people enhance their lifestyles.
Okay, I want to ask this question to Dr. Arora, and I want your expert views. You being a researcher yourself, and you've done an extensive research and very successfully for a long period of time. If naturopathy is so good, it gives so much of a natural solutions. Why is there's not much of a clinical study about it, and why there is no much of a funding even by the government? And because there is no much of a clinical evidence, the modern healthcare also trashes it by saying that ये सब बेकार की चीजें हैं, these are all not, things don't work, it's very unscientific. What's your take on that? How do you see this?
It's a very interesting fact, actually. If we look back our history, thousands and thousands and thousand years back, naturopathy was the main source of line of treatment. What is needed now? There are so many streams of healthcare. It's a high time they should all join together. If they join together, they'll do a wonderful work. Rather than dreaming, thinking in isolation, there are combination systems which work. Like allopathy, life-saving work is masterpiece. Homeo, Ayurvedic, or Ayush combination, they should all be combined. There should be a common approach for these things, which is lacking. End result, patient keeps on moving from one place to another. He won't share with the allopathic doctor he's taking Ayurvedic also. He won't share he's taking homeopathic also. He won't share that I am following naturopathy protocol. So it's a high time at the highest governmental level, the health ministry should come out with a protocol of this kind. Then it is going to function. Otherwise, we all will be dreaming in the dark.
In fact, Dr. Arora, last year we had a big controversy during COVID-19. Everybody was in the race of being the first one, or to, give that magic solutions to people, and then, take that market share or take that credit, either financially or, in goodwill. And we saw that this big fight breaking between the modern medicine and the natural, cure. So of course it has gone to the legal level, and it has been in the public. But I think in the whole bargain, it's the patient who's a loser, because people are not wanting to adapt to an integrated way of medicine. And I believe genetics actually puts everything in perspective. Let's come to the core. Let's come to the core. The message that we want to give to all the participants, and through you, we would like to reach out to more people. And वो ये है कि to everything, whether it's this pathy or that pathy, irrespective of that, it's one human body that needs to be given a relief to a health condition that's there, and there is an integrated approach that needs to be worked out. But to give as to what's the best line of treatment, you got to have a genetic insight. You need to really know your body from a scientific perspective, and that's what is lacking. And I think genetics in the future is going to be a new normal in the healthcare segment. What's your thought on this, Doctor?
To be very
Arora?
frank, when a child is born, 1 year, 2 years after that, his genetic assessment need to be done. You will be on a right foot. In a time to come, leave aside traumas, what all are there which he may or may not suffer. So one can always be prepared for that. Like when you make a bridge, based on the load of vehicle, you provide a strength. Same rule applies for human being also. So if we start doing on those lines, it is going to be of a great benefit. It will tell what diet is good for you or not. If you start taking gehu ka dana, but you have a problem of, genetic people know very well, then you'll keep on suffering unnecessarily. Lose motions, losing weight, metabolic problems. So it is good to start genetic assessment. 2 years or 3 years of life should be done. You mentioned about, very interestingly, about COVID treatment protocols when it started. I'll share it with you. In that period, and even in a Delta wave, I was online treating COVID cases. Do you know which protocol I used? I used the protocol which was used during Spanish flu in 1918 and 1919. A lot of doctors criticized me. Out of all my 750 cases, none of them died. So you don't have to go, everyone was competing with each one. But that's not correct. Where there is an approach, follow correctly. You can't start straight away putting a hammer on the head with the medicine. Start and slow grade. If you find there is some problem, you can always take account of that. And all these patients, they keep on ringing me up. I said, you have suffered from COVID. 9 months is a crucial period for you. Because by then your vascular inflammation may subside. Then you can become a marathon runner, not before. Because if you venture in that, if there is a problem of blood vessel inflammation, it causes a blockage. If it happens in the brain, you'll have a stroke. Heart, you may have a heart attack or a kidney shutdown. So they are all following and they are enjoying life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. So, you mentioned, Dr. Arora, about the diet, and one major misconception or the perception about diet in India, Indian mindset is still not the correct one. It's a very small percentage of people who probably understand the role of diet and the dietary intervention in we supplying the adequate nutrition to our body. And what at Velocity Genetics we do is कि आपका genetic testing होने के बाद में we curate a gene-based diet. And Reena, I want you to highlight or enlighten us about as to what exactly a gene based diet mean? Because many a times we actually say a lot of things, but then we don't really understand the depth of it. So could you explain to us, and especially for the benefit of a few people who have joined Velocity webinar for the first time, what is a gene-based diet, important it is right now?
Okay. So first of all, I would like to say, everyone knows your DNA is the instruction manual of your life, right? And your genes are nothing but sections of your DNA that dictate everything about you, right? From the protein, the color of your eyes to your hair, including how your body digests certain things like wheat or lactose, like, so just mentioned. So everything about your body, including your predispositions, what is there in your inheritance, as in, through generations, you get to know by just your genes. Now, when it comes to a gene-based diet, you cannot go wrong because there is no trial and error. Abhi aap ek normal nutritionist ke paas jaate ho. I have been a nutritionist before I became obviously a genetic counselor, but at that point of time, I wouldn't know whether a person is predisposed to lactose intolerance or gluten intolerance unless the person has already started experiencing symptoms. And jahan tak ki humko pata hai, genes ya to suppressed hi rehte hain and kabhi kabar wo express ho sakte hain even in the future. Now there is no timeline ki matlab inko agar genetically lactose intolerance hai to matlab bachpan se hi he is lactose intolerant or she is lactose intolerant. I've had a client who used to have a glass of milk every single day, and when she reached the age of 60, she started having all of the gastric symptoms that were that there, as once of, lactose intolerance ke symptoms unko ho rahe the. And so she got her genetic test done because she was fed up with it. And every single day, nothing she was able to digest, and she was having so many issues, and she didn't know why is it happening. So even the doctor couldn't actually help her much because unko na infection ka koi sign tha and nothing. All came clear in her tests. And finally, when she got the genetic test done, she asks me this: I've had a glass of milk for the rest of my life, as in for all of my life, right from the time I've been a kid. Why does it happen to me right now? So the answer is very clear. आपके जीन्स में जो आया है वो आप नहीं बता सकते हो कि आपको 8 साल की उम्र में होगा या 80 साल की उम्र में होगा. So in this understanding, when you make a diet that is in sync with your genetics, you can't go wrong because there is no room for trial and error. You're eating as per what your genes are. You are not eating something that is crash. There is no fad diet because we are not restricting something. All we are doing is jahan tak ki macronutrient and micronutrient ka ratios hai, that changes as per your genetics. Because if you understand, all of us are different from one another by
okay,
just
great. So,
0.1%.
I want to discuss something, how genetic testing can be very, very handy. I'll explain to a case that I was discussing today with people. Ek aisi disease hai. How many of you would know silicosis? Silicosis, has anybody heard? If you have heard, you can say yes or no. So what is silicosis? There is a word silica. Let's see what silicosis is. Silicosis actually is, hold on. Well, excuse me if I'm not very clear because I've got a very bad internet connection. I'm using the Wi-Fi somewhere. Okay. All right. So now just listen to this. And this is quite interesting. Silicosis is an incurable, irreversible, and progressive lung disease caused by continuous or intermittent exposure of silica dust. जो silica dust जो है, उसका inhalation करते करते ये silicosis हो जाती है. This is a new disease. Now this is a lung disease. अब वो किसको आ सकती है? Silicosis is caused by inhalation of respirable crystalline silica dust, which over time leads to lung inflammation and fibrosis. अब silica dust आता है when there is a lot of cutting, drilling, chipping, sanding or grinding materials that contain crystalline silica. ये हवा में बहुत एकदम tiny particles उड़ जाते हैं, and now there is an estimated of a few million people across the world. And guess what? Well, first of all, the disease is not known, very well known, and it also doesn't have any cure. The problem is that it is diagnosed, or rather the symptoms would come at a very, very advanced stage, not at the younger stage. So it could be any one of us who's having this if we are into this kind of a profession. So So the only thing is, there's today we discussion, and then we are actually looking at curating a test for that. And Velocity Genetics is been asked to actually provide this test for as many as 500 people. Now, why does this happen? Is because this very, very important disease. You probably wouldn't be able to identify at a very lower level, and that leads all of us to consume. Just imagine you have this kind of a condition, and without knowing what the condition is, we probably may be taking a lot of wrong medication, again by peer pressure or some prescription, or maybe a little bit of R&D here and there. And this, so a drug reaction also is thing that's causing a lot of death. And we have a lot of veteran doctors who are actually coming out and now saying that we can be drugs as well. So हमारे जो Velocity Genetics DNA testing program है, उसमें there are 210 phenotypes, 210 health conditions that we are doing DNA test on. इसमें there are 18 different panels, and one of the panels is pharmacogenomics. I want to go back to Dr. Arora again. As to pharmacogenomics actually determines the efficacy of the medicine, whether it suits your body or not. Many of the patient would say, complain by saying that antibiotics don't work in the body anymore. So that's the major invention that's been done. So Dr. Arora, how do we really make people understand that your medicine is not the Ramban, it's not the final take. You have to also be very careful about the kind of medicine that you're putting in your body.
It's a fact, actually. Medicine is what is just a chemical. Which chemical your body is going to accept or not, only genetic system can decide about it. If you do the testing process correctly, come to know, then automatically you will know that I should avoid this antibiotic, I should avoid this beta blocker. Large number of patients, those who are taking beta blocker, they go into bronchospasm. And repeatedly, if they are taking, they'll go into asthmatic bronchitis. Even genetic system can tell you, I'll share it with you in Hyderabad issue. There are a lot of patients which get pigeon feathers ILD, interstitial lung disease. There is no treatment. 3 years, go for a transplant, then probably 6 years more. So sensitivity to all these foreign proteins or particulates is paramount importance. So genetic system assessment can tell you, so that you become very careful about it.
Yes.
If people are not taking care, he or she or children may suffer. And the problem is there is no treatment.
Absolutely.
No skin can treat.
Yeah, so there are a lot of conditions like this. And thank you, Dr. Arora, for your input. And so I just want to summarize that this discussion, that what Velocity Genetics intends to do is not to help you understand root cause of your health condition in a very scientific way that's validated by the Human Genome Project of the US from 1990 to 2003. And that project now gives us a lot of insight. It actually gives us a lot of access to a lot of information. With that, we can now treat ourselves better. We can look after ourselves better because we have a validation which is scientifically approved through a very complex procedure. And then it also predicts what are the hereditary or the genetic level of risk factors that you carry based on your genetic makeup. As we all keep saying in every webinar, that you can change everything. You can change your house, your city of stay, you can country and everything, but you can't change your biological father and mother. That's a one-time affair that's frozen in your life. So when you have your genetic makeup, which is already gifted to you, it's only wise to understand as to what does really, what it really says. And, Dr. Arora was spot on when he said that बहुत ज़्यादा कम उम्र में, when you are a small baby, like 3 years, 4 years, whatever, that age, if the parents take care of their children and then do a genetic analysis, the lifestyle that the child adopts can be tutored, or it could be modified. They could be taught in terms of the food consumption and the lifestyle modifications or the adoption that they need to be doing, and also the exercise regimen. It's only the youngsters who would like to have a muscular body, go to the gym, and then do very unscientific exercises. We have seen what's happening to some of the celebrities who are actually overworking in order to sell themselves better in the showbiz business without realizing what the potential of their genetic makeup is. So yes, sabhi jo dangers hain, if you really want to understand it from a scientific perspective, come to Velocity Genetics. We will be doing the Velocity Genetic DNA testing program ke zariye. We'll be doing 210 phenotypes. And interestingly, I want to tell you, if any one of you thought you are very healthier, we will tell you that you got a lot of problems. So हम लोग आपको आपके problems बता देंगे, but don't really have to worry and very anxious, simply because it's better to understand them and take precaution and preventive measures right before, or right at the right time, so that you don't really have to sit on an emergency and then undergo a lot of medical treatment and procedure by begging, borrowing, and stealing. So this is where naturopathy plays that role. You can, on the other hand, you can also say that if you have a fall and then if you break your leg, you can't be sitting and doing a shavasana or a yoga. You can't do that. That's going to be very irrelevant. But at the same time, for a normal, health condition, you can't be popping, painkillers and antidepressants and all those things. So it has to be, everything is in moderation. And that's the advice that Velocity Genetics would give you through once in a lifetime genetic testing program. And we call it program for a purpose, because it's not just a one-time genetic test, but it's a program because you will have an access to your genetic information from a very scientific perspective. And once you have that information, you get a GPS, which actually in traffic, it guides you, your starting point, your destination, your time duration that's taken, congestion, left or right, direction that you need to be taking, the roundabouts, the service road, everything. The same way in our life, we will be able to assess what should be our dietary interventions, what should be our lifestyle modifications, what should be our true gene-based lifestyle or rather exercise regimen. And when we understand that, and if we have that gene which motivates us to do that, and if you don't have that gene, well, you can ask for the wellness help desk for the next 1 year. And if you don't still are motivated to do that, opt for a e-clinic service, and you will be able to understand that you have your genetic potential which is not explored. There are strengths that you have which are not explored. There are weaknesses that you have not been able to manage because you are not aware of that. So this is the testing that we do. So we provide a simple program. And my understanding, especially in the last 1.5, 2 months, that now I've been moving around and speaking to a lot more people than what I used to do in the last 6 months. I think that there's an amazing response. We are flooded with a lot of calls, a lot of queries, and we're really enjoying this space. So I'd like to really come to the conclusion that yes, there is a shift in the mindset of people. There is a paradigm shift pre-corona and post-corona. So the mindset is now more open. They're more receptive. They understand the real, the need for a preventive or a predictive test. So all our distributors, all the people who are associated with Velocity Genetics, I would like to request all of you to go out there and educate people, add value to their life, and then bring in that, goodwill in your life, because you will be getting, those blessings because you actually contributed for their life. So I request all of you to, do this day in and day out. Commit yourself. I think we are at the fag end of the year 2021, which has not been a great year like 2020, but I'm sure 2022 will have a lot of opening for all of us. I would like to really thank our panelists today. We envisaged this webinar slightly differently, but it panned out to be a little different. So I'd like to thank our nutrigenomic counselor, Reena Baliga. Let's wave our hands, whoever is there in the video or otherwise, and acknowledge her. Thank you, Dr. Usha. You've been always there, without much of preparation. You always come and speak about this subject. I'd like to especially acknowledge veteran Air Commander Dr. HSR Arora. He's from Hyderabad, Telangana. He's always there to support us. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this webinar and having this discussion. So we're going to meet again on Tuesday, next Tuesday, for a webinar. But all the people who have registered for CCNG class, your class, online class number 3 is going to happen on Saturday from 11 to 1. So with this, we come to the end of this webinar. Thank you very much. Eat well, eat nutritious food, sleep well. There's winter all around India, and enjoy that weather. And okay, Dr. Arora, you want to say something? Okay.
Unmute.
Yeah, just unmute yourself. Yeah.
Post-COVID cases, so genetic assessment should be able to perform whether person is having vasculopathy or not, inflammatory changes into the blood vessels. Because person should not be blindly doing exercise of extreme nature, because he is going to lose his life. So this is one fundamental there. I have seen 4 cases. It's a very rare phenomena in a COVID case. After fully recovered, no problem. So what has happened? Their blood picture was sent to me by them, their relations. They all had myelofibrosis in the bone marrow. End result, detailed assessment, they are going for leukemia. It means there is some genetic mismatch which has been provoked by this virus to stimulate this issue. So there is a big role of velocity genetics to check on these things, highlight all those points. So it's important. Thank you.
Friends, it may sound complicated, but if you see our panel of tests, it has a big profile which talks about inflammation, and that is how it also talks about our cardiac profile. That is how we will be able to correlate. So Dr. Arora, being from mainstream healthcare delivery, so his language might be complicated, but don't be scared. We make it very simple and very easy for you to understand. Most important, we give you a solution to what may be a problem or what is a health challenge today. That's where we stand apart. We don't just give you some report, something to brood upon, think about. We handhold you to help change your life and stay healthy for life. So accept the technology. It is something new, very disruptive in life today. And yes, like Stan Sir said in the beginning, it is the future of tomorrow.
All right. So thank you very much. And thanks to all the panelists. Once again, Reena Baliga, we have Dr. Arora and Dr. Usha. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the participants. Every week you come and attend this informative session out of your own willingness and passion. And I'd like to really acknowledge and thank you for that.